Yahweh, Ba'Shem, Yahushai, Ba'Shem, Rakha, Chodash.
Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone, and shalom to sincere Ak. Shalom.
Shalom.
Shalom, la b'chayarim, shalom yasha'ala, wa kol halayim la Yahweh b'Shem Yahushai, b'Shem Rechakodash, and double honors to the elders and apostles at Great Millstone, who well, peace and salutation to all sincere Achim. They're out there lifting up the names of Yahweh b'Shem Yahushai in all truth and sincerity. Of course, said in the Hebrew, Shalom means peace to the election of the nation of Israel, which the nation of Israel consists of you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. You're the Lord's chosen people, and of course, since we've been scattered amongst the four winds, some of our people may look like the heathen, but the actual line actually go back to a Hebrew Israelite by the way of their father. All right, and we are the Lord's chosen people, and we should, of course, be returning unto Him, the election of Him, because 2/3 are not going to return; they're going to be destroyed in the coming destruction, and be destroyed by various devices of their own and such, which Yahweh b'Shem Yahushai left them to. All right. Of course, Yahweh is the true, almighty, and powerful name of the Heavenly Father, who the world ignorantly calls God, and His only begotten Son's name is Yahweh Shai, who the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ. By Hashem, meaning in the name, Recha, meaning Spirit, Kodash is holy, Sha'al in the Paleo Hebrew, which is a language that has been returned unto the Hebrew Israelites. All right. So I'm the brother Mappa from Great Millstone, Plaintables Camp, located here in the city of Philadelphia, by Baba in Babylon, which is America, which is a place of all confusion, coming in with another lesson of Recha Kodash. So we have here off of dailymail.com, and I am not sure if you have seen off CBS, it was a recent interview with the R&B singer R. Kelly, which we're going to go into the article. It says, Furious R. Kelly has to be held back during his explosive first interview since being charged with sexually abusing underage teens, as the indignant, all right, you deal with someone who has righteous anger, if I'm not mistaken. Just to double check the term here for indignant in the definition. It comes up as feeling or showing anger or annoyance what is perceived as unfair treatment. All right. So, of course, he was angry and annoyed because of the various allegations that has been sent up against him. He's been accused of. And, of course, all of the press and the media that are slandering him for, of course, the allegations. All right. It says the indignant star in a tearful protest his innocence. And it says R. Kelly gives an interview since he was first indicted on 10 counts of aggravated criminal sexual abuse against 4 women on February the 22nd. He's during the interview, he was like, quit playing, I didn't do this stuff. And he said here that he told Gail King, which is she's I believe it's a reporter, all right, at CBS News, in which this nigger woman, all right, she is a perfect example of a black woman, all right, usurping authority over a man. I mean, R. Kelly himself, I mean, you could see how the effemination are the whole making a man effeminate of this society due to Esau Edom, which is the so-called white man Edom. The Edomites are the wicked of the Bible, and they of course have control of the earth, and they of course have, through their various philosophies that are contrary to Yahweh b'Shem Yahushai, they have polluted the Lord's inheritance, okay, by their various philosophies, okay, ways of life, okay, which you have it where, R. Kelly, he's divulging various secrets onto this woman, in this interview, okay, in which he should have just played it safe, just kept his silence and just deal with everything in the legal system. But you have it where our people are lacking wisdom. Okay, this is going to be the book of Hosea, chapter 4, and I'm going to start at the top. This is Isaiah 4:1. It says, "The word of Yahweh is the Most High name," which means He is, or He exists, or He to be, ye children of Israel, the sons of Israel. All right, the bunyam, all right, of Israel. This truth is all about the man. All right. Of course, though, there's going to be women that's going to hearken on to the truth, but they have to be in proper order under their husband. Okay. So going on, it says, "For Yahweh hath a controversy with the inhabitants of the land, because there is la'amath, no truth, chesed, no mercy, has la'ah, you have knowledge of the power in the land." All right. So, and that's here in America and wherever we've been scattered to. All right. You have no truth, no mercy, and no knowledge. All right. And that's because the so-called white man ruling. All right. And we have the actual prophets of Yahweh by Shem Yahshai out there. All right. Teaching, and our people didn't want to listen. All right. They don't want to obey the words of Yahweh by Shem Yahshai. All right. It says, "By swearing and lying and killing and stealing and committing adultery, they break out, and the blood toucheth blood." It says, "Therefore the land mourn, and every one that dwelleth therein shall languish." All right, which you go into the word for languish. It means here a maul. All right, which means here to be weak, to be exhausted, to be feeble. All right, you see that. You can see that with our people. You see with the people in general too. All right, so it goes on. I'm just gonna skip down to verse 4, or actually verse 6. It says, Hosea 4:6, "My people are destroyed for lack of knowledge. Because thou hast rejected knowledge, I will also reject thee. That thou shalt not be no priest to me, seeing thou hast forgotten the law." All right, "of the power, I will also forget thy children." And you have it where, of course, we're not supposed to, of course, forget this law, statutes, commandments. We're supposed to keep them on to all generations. All right, and pass them down to our children. Okay, our sons and daughters. All right, and you have it where that's not happening. All right, and thus you have what we have here. Okay, our people, having violent outbursts and such. All right, and all into these various forms of folly. All right, which he's accused of. Some of the different things which he had been accused of was, having these various sexual encounters with women and such. They saying in this society underage girls. All right, but a woman becomes a woman after she hits puberty and past the flower rate. She hits puberty and such. All right, and when she of course can take in seed. All right, and she have that menstrual cycle. All right, she can of course she's considered a woman. All right, at that time. But obviously we're not, of course, in, all right, the kingdom of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. We're under this kingdom of the Edomites, in which obviously it is taboo and it's shunned to, of course, deal with, of course, you say a woman at a marriageable age and such. Okay, and we're going by the actual Thawarah. All right, we're actually going by the actual law, statutes, commandments in the Bible, not by, of course, the knowledge of what people just publish. All right, this is what we're talking about. So a lot of people, of course, they may, of course, try to get it twisted. We're not telling you to, of course, go and deal with these obviously these what they call underage teens and such. We're of course telling you obviously that though all things are lawful, but all things are not expedient. All right, roughly paraphrasing. All right, so it's not profitable to be dealing with these these chicks. All right, because look what it done brought you. It done brought you a bunch of bad times, evil. Okay, it done brought you slander. Okay, as it says here, it says 3 of the 4 women who have come forward to accuse Kelly were underage at the time the alleged crimes were committed. And that's underage when they're saying that they were under 17 and such. It says, when asked on Tuesday if he ever held a girl against her will, does that be rape? All right. It says, R. Kelly replied, I don't need to. Why would I? It says, who would I be to do that? And, it would be stupid. I mean, well, it would be stupid in the sense of you have it where, you this big star and stuff. You got all these chicks you could get, I mean, as I had explained, like there are laws on actual, instances of rape in the actual Bible. You read that in the book of Deuteronomy, okay, where there's laws on actual rape. All right, holding, you say, and taking up a woman. All right, and there's different various laws, which that's not the, of course, point of this this lesson, but there are actual laws. I believe that's, if I'm not mistaken, in the book of the Deuteronomy, the 21st chapter, if I'm not mistaken. Let me see if it's there. It might be the 22nd chapter. Let me see if it is, but yeah, it's Deuteronomy 22. It's 22nd chapter. All right, and the laws are there, and I would go over it in this lesson, but that's not the point. This is just a quick one. All right, you have it where if a woman's betrothed and you of course snatch her up, that would of course be off. The man, of course, that did it, he would be charged if she, of course, didn't. Let me see, if you go into it, if she don't cry out, okay, she, of course, they would both be put to death. And you have it where it goes a little bit deep. I'll have to just get the scriptures and just read them off just to break it down. But going on anyway, we're going rambling on. It says, when asked Tuesday, well, let me see. It says, Kelly says that latest charges are an excuse by the government to double jeopardy me after he was acquitted in an earlier case. I mean, Esau going, I believe with the whole double jeopardy, I believe it's something like, let me see, just so I could check on it. I don't want to speak on it. Presumptuous. It says the prosecution of a person twice for the same offense. All right. So he already had a case, and this is happening again, but I don't know this whole specifics. It says in 2008, R. Kelly was acquitted on charges of child pornography after a jury said it could not determine the age of the female who appeared in the sex tape with him. All right, and then you had this interview, which you can see here at this. He had an outburst, okay, emotional outburst, okay. Of course, trying to plead innocence and such, but I mean, you're dealing with, Esau Edom, the nigger woman who, the nigger woman, she is under the whole vibration of Esau Edom. And they have, of course, agenda to, of course, slander you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and the American men. All right. It says R. Kelly appeared to be physically restrained during an emotional television interview in which he tearfully and angrily denied the accusation that he raped underage girls in their first interview since his indictment last month. It says, quit playing. I didn't do the stuff, the pop singer tearfully told Gayle King. It said, this is not me. It says, I am fighting for my life, or my effing life, all right, or fucking life, all right. It says, King posted a photo of her on Instagram showing moments of her sit down with R. Kelly. It says one of the photos, so King remained calm, that's the chick, Gayle, or Guy, or whatever her name is. King calm and composed as R. Kelly is standing a few feet from her, and he's waving a right hand in an animated fashion. It was just an emotional outburst. You can watch the video. The photo shows an unidentified man gripping Kelly's left arm and told him back. I believe he had his publicist there and stuff. Of course, he had tears. He was crying and such. It says Kelly was indicted on February 22nd in Chicago courtroom on 10 counts of aggravated criminal sexual abuse against 4 victims, 3 of whom are underage at the time of alleged crimes were committed. It says if convicted, he could face a maximum of sentence prison of 70 years, 7 years for each count. It says the singer has pleaded not guilty on all counts. All right, and you just can see, you have to see it for yourself. And this is just nothing but a spectacle, entertainment for people out there. Let me just get in some of these scriptures. All right, this is going to be the book of Ecclesiasticus and Apocrypha, chapter 8. And let me see what I got here. This is going to be here. Ecclesiasticus chapter 8. And I'm going to start at verse 17. It says, consult not with the fool, for he cannot keep counsel. All right. And you, of course, you have it where, he's not really, when you go into the word for consult, is obviously to seek advice. All right. Counsel. All right. You have it where, he had it in a point where he was asking, like, I need somebody to help me and such, and blah, blah, blah. And he's not coming and seeking to the men of the Lord. All right. He's, of course, dealing with fools. Okay. They can't keep counsel. It goes on, the point. Verse 18, it says, do not a secret thing before a stranger, for thou knowest not what he will bring forth. All right. And you have to understand that these people are not actually your friends and such. All right. R. Kelly, he has it where, he speaks of, I believe the woman, Gail Knight or whatever her name is, she brought out that he got 2 women living with him, and then it was asked about if he was dealing with them when they were underage and such, and this whole thing about he met them at a concert, and their actual parent had gave them over, basically, in a sense. You can't of course be telling everybody your business and such just to cut it short. It says never let your in the scriptures it say don't let your the left hand know what your right hand is doing, roughly paraphrasing. All right, so that would be wisdom, but our people lack knowledge, so it's crazy. It says open not thine heart to every man. All right, so don't open up your mind to every man, and that what he was doing in this article. All right, you don't open up his whole his mind, open up to everybody. You got heathen, okay, Hagawayam out there. They're listening to nations. Okay, you got 2/3. All right. It says, least he requite thee with a shrewd turn. All right. And when you go into this word, all right, which we're going to go and get off of the freedictionary.com, which I'll get promptly. It says here, shrewd, which we have here, inclining to shrew, disposing to curse or scold, wicked. All right. They of course bring about obviously wickedness, and it's going to go in a way that you don't want it to go. All right. You of course open up your heart onto them. Okay. Which is your mind, your lab. All right. Or labka, or your mind. All right. So let's go further to, this is going to be the book of Ecclesiasticus, chapter 7. Or actually, first I'm going to go to Exodus chapter 20 and 16. It says, thou shalt not bear false witness against thy neighbor. All right. La'ah, tha, aina. All right. La'ah means no. Tha, thou. And you got aina, right, which means bear. All right. And you have ba, ra'aika. All right. Which you got ra'aika, right? Which ra'i slach, because ra'i means evil. Ra'i, all right. That's how you pronounce it, is a friend or a neighbor. Well, basically your neighbor is You were dealing with your tribes and such, your brothers. But you have to understand that our people are wicked. They ain't of course, for us, each other, all right, for the most part. Okay, your own brothers is those that are obeying the will of Yahweh Shem Yahushai. That's your family and such. All right, but you have it where our people are bearing false witness against each other. All right, you have hide, all right, witness, shakwar, all right, which is false. Okay, they ain't supposed to bear no false witness against your neighbor. All right. Also, in the scriptures, which this is the precept I got, it says, this is Ecclesiasticus 7 and 12. It says, devise not a lie against thy brother, neither do the like to thy friend. Okay. It says, you ain't supposed to be, of course, going about and making up these various lies. All right. You're going to the word for the devise, which is plan or invent. All right. And you have it where many people, of course, make up things and such, all right, to try to bring you down. All right, you especially in this whole music industry. All right, and I mean, I'm not saying that the music industry is righteous or that R. Kelly is righteous. I'm just saying it plain. Okay, you have to, of course, watch out. It says, use not to make any matter of a lie, for the custom thereof is not good. And it's not, a lie. Obviously, you can see that that whole plan that was maliciously brought up, it could be by a person, it's just totally off. All right, it says here, use not the matter of a lie, for the custom means a tradition widely accepted, or behaving or doing something specific to a particular society. All right, and it's not in our people to be lying. All right, we're of course not supposed. We got law, statutes, commandments that tell us not to bear false witness. But though you have our people that lie and do all these things, all right, and wickedness, all right. So, you have it where this dude's in a bunch of trouble. All right, he got people saying that they have seen him dealing with your underage chicks and all this other stuff, and now he got to go battle all of this stuff, and it's crazy. Okay, this is going to be the book of Sirach, chapter 25, and I'm going down to 13. It says here, give me any plague but the plague of the heart, which is the mind. All right, the curse of the heart, which is the mind, and any wickedness but the wickedness of a woman. All right, because you have to understand that a woman, it's nothing for her to do wickedness. All right. It says from in the scriptures, it says something like from what it says, from a moth or a cloth. I forget what the scripture it says in the act specifically, but it says from women come wickedness and such. All right, women are wicked by nature. All right, you have to understand. They're emotional, they're hormonal, they change up, as it says here. The wickedness of a woman changed her face and darkened her countenance like sackcloth. One moment she's she's presenting herself to be innocent, and then really, she's damn devil. All right. It says here, all wickedness is but little to the wickedness of a woman. Let the portion of a sinner fall upon her. All right. So you have it where, that's gonna happen. To a man that actually is a sinner. All right, but of course, if you a man of Yahweh Shem Yahushai and you repent, you will escape from her. All right, and that's, I believe, you read that in the book of what is that? It's either Ecclesiastes or Proverbs. All right, but I'm just gonna continue on to this last scripture, which I have, which is going to be the book of Ecclesiasticus 23, and I'm going to go to verse 6, just going to the point. It says here, let not the greediness of the belly nor the lust of the flesh take hold of me, and give not over me thy servant into an impudent mind. All right, which when you go into the word for impudent, okay, you have it here for impudent, behaving boldly without contempt, basically without shame or disregard of preparatory. All right, basically unblushingly forward. Yeah, just basically you going to lacking modesty, shameless. All right, you got dudes that's so wicked they just proud with it. All right, so you don't want to be, all right, have an impudent mind. All right, and obviously having greediness over the different desires, okay, that of the flesh. If you don't, of course, tame that flesh, you're going to, of course, have that impudent mind, all right, in which, you have it where our people are, to the point they're just completely dead, all right, completely turned over to Shaitan, all right. Going on, it says here, O ye children, the discipline of the mouth, he that keepeth it never be taken in his lips. Right. It says the sinner shall be left in his foolishness, all right, in his folly. Both the evil speaker and the proud shall fall thereby. So you're going to have it where, in this case, all of them going to fall because they're all going to be destroyed because basically they all wicked. R. Kelly's wicked. He's not serving Yahweh Shem Yahushai. All right, he got Christmas trees in his house. All right, he's saying that something about he keeps it because his mother died and all that, and we know that Christmas is a Babylonian so-called what they call a holiday, but it's not a holy day. It's something that's pagan worship. All right, and our people have went off and learned the customs of the heathen and took them amongst themselves, and thus they're being Gentiles, and they're basically we allot them with the heathen. They're gonna die heathen destruction. 2/3 with nuclear fire and martial law, pestilence, famine, all types of things. Get put in jail, hemmed up. These are things that Yahweh Shem Yashai got. But with that, I'm just gonna close out. Salachia, if it was all over the place, it was mostly due to Kodash, but you have it that furious R. Kelly was held back during his explosive first interview since being charged with the sexual abuse of underage teens. Hope you're edified. Call Allah Imla Yahweh Shem Yashai Bashim Kodash and double answer that was possible at Great Millstone. Shalom. La Bachayar. Shalom.